Hi Twin Flames, this is Lightwork 2332 here to do our energy update this week. If you haven't checked it out, go check out my pick a card because almost all three of them have to do with divine love connections or can be interpreted in divine love connection perspectives. And there's just a lot of good energy and peace and good advice in that pick a card. So if you haven't, go back and read it. And pick a card. And I hope you enjoy that. So twin flame energy this week. This past week, man, whoa. Post full moon in Scorpio energy has really firm. Oh, look at that. I split the deck and change. 12. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. And this is exactly the energy that I was just about to channel, right? So interesting. There's been a lot of solar flare activity, a lot of ascension energy, you know, us being, these are the sacred geometry activation cards, by the way. I haven't pulled them out in a while, but this is definitely the theme for this past week. A lot of sudden things, and for me, they weren't fun things, I'll be honest. There were some sudden things, right, that occurred. Like, for example, I was on the highway and I got rear-ended pretty badly. They slammed into me pretty hard, and I saw him coming really fast, and I knew that he was gonna hit me, but I kind of just had to brace myself for the hit because there was nowhere for me to go. And so I feel like this is the energy, right? I go through things generally that, and I look at them from a conscious perspective. And for me, I was getting fives, a lot of fives this week. I also had a procedure done in my mouth, which is why I wasn't really posting on Instagram. And this week really caused me to just be still and just detach from what things may look like on the outside, because there's change occurring, and sometimes change is uncomfortable, right? And sometimes it comes out of nowhere, just like my accident. You can't really do anything about it, right? It's just there, and what can you do but understand that there's a greater purpose to things? And sometimes the greater purpose is just to let you know that things can happen unexpectedly at any time, good or bad, right? And that you just have to be still. You just have to trust. You just have to go with the flow and not let your spirit be moved by what's happening in the physical. And I really feel that I'm saying this story because I really feel like the twins can really benefit from this energy, from this learning that I did this week. And not just that, I'm even more beautiful. My nephew was born this week, and they called him Michael. And I just thought that was so interesting because Archangel Michael has been around the twins for a long time, and he kind of came in like, you know, the light of the week with all this contrast. Like, don't worry, this is God's plan. Here's some light, you know, here's the light. You're protected, you're guided. Don't worry, okay? There's a reason for this. And when I was on the highway, stopped there waiting for the cops to come, my brother stopped. The same brother that was going on the way to the doctor that was later going to induce him to have my little baby Michael, right? Induce his wife. He gets off, and I was feeling very anxious because this man was like, that crashed into me, was clearly trying to get out of it. And I saw them across the street, my earth angels, right? My family. And I was just, that's exactly what I thought. I thought earth angels, right? It's like, there they are to remind me that I'm never alone, that spirit is always 5 steps ahead of me and 5 steps behind me, just ready to catch me if I trip and fall, or ready to catch me in any moment. I'm almost getting emotional here telling you guys this, and I didn't expect that. But anyways, so this is a twin flame energy for the week. It's, you know, very emotional, a lot of endings, a lot of new beginnings, a lot of reminders that spirit is really on this journey with us, that this is a spiritual journey of consciousness, right? So the frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Yes. And number 17, also, I've been seeing a lot of 1771, 7117, 717. That's me and my twins' life path numbers together. So it's always a sign to me that we're on the right path. This is all for our evolution. Oh, wow, look at that. Miracle almost popped out. 33. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of the source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. And I feel like that's really the energy for this week that's coming up. Like, anything is possible, guys. Be still. Surrender to non-action is what I'm getting. surrender to spirit, surrender to miracles. Like, things are coming, whether they come this week or not. And we just have to allow. I'm going to let this be the theme card because it just popped right out of there. Allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. And I feel like this is really the energy that the twins need to focus on this week, is just allowing things to happen. That's our activation. That's our sacred geometry activation for the week. And on the bottom of the deck, empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. Yeah, without judgment, guys. You know, wherever your twin is at on this journey, wherever you're at on this journey, whatever's happening in your life, just allow for things to happen. Allow for contrast to come in. Allow for change to come in. And sometimes that's uncomfortable, guys. It really, really is. But it just is what it is, right? And we just have to allow. And there's nothing we could do about it, because this is divine alchemy. This is a divine plan, right? I'm going to pull some cards here. Whoa, flying out. For the general energies for the twins this week. And then I'll go ahead and, oh, wow, pull some more. So King of Wands, bottom of the deck. Again, some sacred geometry there. I definitely feel like there's some energy coming up from above. We're being activated. We need to tap into our knowing. We need to go within. We need to harness that wand energy, right? That spiritual energy. And underneath, yeah, in order to ground. Look at that. In order to transmute. Wow. In order to transmute what we've been going through. Look at the rainbow here. A lot of source energy here. This is Wands energy, and this is the Princess of Discs. But in this patch tarot, it's about transmutation. The Princess of Discs. You see how she's holding this crystal? And there's all this light around it. This is all for a divine purpose, okay? And things are... Twin flame energy is really, really, really strong right now. Like, really strong. And I feel like both twins are really feeling it. Both the masculine and the feminine at this time. So let's see here. Got a lot of cards. Let's see what we got. So we got the release card, which in reverse. In upright, it's the embrace. It's the all card, right? It's a spiritual arcana. In this deck, the patch tarot, it's different than the regular tarot. So this is about embracing the all, but it came in reverse, which is all about release, surrender. That's what I was speaking of, right? Surrender to all that is, right? Surrender to source, surrender to the divine plan of things. Because look at it, this is another, wow, another spiritual arcana card from this deck. This is all about our evolution, right? Resurrection. Look at the lion here. Look at this card, amazing. Sagittarius energy, you see the phoenix here. You see the two aspects, masculine and feminine, and the energies, right? Here you see the fire energy, here you see the water energy, and you see the cup here of fire with this water. This is all about our evolution, okay? We need to surrender to our evolution, right? This is a general twin flame energy. Then we got the Prince of Swords, which is, again, another card that speaks of truth. A lot of cards here about integration and union, right? The sacred union. Look at that. Look at the masculine and feminine aspects of both of these here. And this is a general energy, so how freaking appropriate, right? This is all about coming to our truth in our minds, divine truth, that higher truth, right? And look, the water, fire energy again, and the grounding energy. We're grounding these energies. We're uniting these energies, this truth. This evolution, okay? But it's done through surrender. This is happening through divine will, through divine alchemy. Nothing that we can do about it, right? We just got to let it happen. We have to allow it to happen, right? And I just saw the 9 on that card, which is also the Hermit in the major arcana. So going within, right? I'm also getting something about 9 weeks. This process may take 9 weeks, you know, to reach that next level. For some of us. And then we got the 10 of Discs. Wow, the legacy. Yes, the twin flame journey, union, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. You see the couple here. You know, it's all about that happy family life, but it's also about union within, about being completely fulfilled, right? About allowing things to happen. about surrendering, so that we can get to this 10 of Pentacle energy. And oh my gosh, guys, the last card is the Child, which is the Fool card. Possibilities. Again, look at the water underneath there. Look at the dove. Look at the butterfly. This is all about this. Wow, this is great, guys. Like, this is really beautiful energy. Woo! And it's very peaceful. It's, you know, sometimes when I start channeling spirit, I start speaking really fast. But this week has really called me to go within and to be still. And I'm really getting, like, this is what we need to do. In order for allowance to occur, we need to be still. We need to surrender to all that is, to this alchemical process, because there is an integration process here occurring of the light and the dark, of the fire and the water, of the masculine and the feminine, the rising of the masculine and the feminine, the integration, the union, the truth of what it is without judgment, right? Spiritual truth, you know, for this legacy that this love brings to each of our lives, right? To the union, to the earth, to the planet. And to not forget what this journey is about, right? So that we can be back in this 0 point, right? Where we can manifest beautiful things. And, you know, again, bottom of the deck was King of Wands and transmute. We're transmuting things at this time. We're transmuting lower level energies. We're transmuting past life karma, past life stories that no longer apply through the spiritual, right? Through the alchemical process. So wow, guys, what a beautiful general message here in the beginning. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, and underneath that was the Queen of Cups, reflective. Yes, the feminine is very reflective at this time, okay, as far as her emotions go. And it's needed, okay? It's needed because we've gone through some pretty heavy energies, okay? So I'm going to pull some cards here for the masculine now. Yeah. Masculine, ooh, energy here. Whoa. Okay, well, I'll take it. So what's happening with the divine masculine this week with the masculine energy? Well, there's spiritual communication. A lot of us will be receiving communication or hearing about something about our masculines, or hearing about our masculines, or masculines hearing about us, or them reaching out, because the Eight of Wands is all about movement, right? Movement and communication. So they may be wanting to reach out this week. They may be wanting to reach out and speak, or they may be reaching out spiritually, or the masculine may be feeling like there's movement in this connection, you know, because we're allowing, because we're in our feminine energies of allowing, right? So I'm going to I'm going to specify here what these cards are about. Oh, wow. Please clarify here the situation card, this Devil card. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting with that Devil card. And we got the Knight of Cups here. Divine Masculine, what is this Ten of Cups? Whoa, these are a lot of cards. Oh, wow. So many cards. I can't take all these cards, but let's clarify here the Ten of Swords. Okay. Oh, that's why, because I'm holding these cards upside down. That's hilarious. Reverse. These are not actually reversed. I was holding the deck in reverse. So here, let me turn these over so that they make more sense. Yes. Okay, perfect. That's 2 more cards here for this Hermit card, which I feel like the masculines have really been in that energy this weekend. I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely been feeling that way. My masculine energy has very much been in Hermit mode. Okay. 1 more card here. Okay. All right, so masculine energy, Princess of Swords in this deck is about being creative, about coming to the truth of what really compels our hearts and our spirits, And as it relates to this relationship, you know, this looks like a feminine here. You see like the rainbow colors here, the chakras, alignment, coming to spiritual truths, right? About this connection. That's where the masculines are going to be at this week. And in the first card that popped out, which is usually my situation, but here I have 4. It's usually just 3, but I'll tell you why that is. So we got the Devil, which I do feel like there's a lot of desire there. And usually the Devil might mean like negative patterns, you know, like they might be, situation might be that they're giving into their desires or giving into, you know, addiction or addictive behaviors, like avoiding, like gaming, like, you know, if that's what your masculine does. Or it could be, you know, focusing a lot on work. But more so than anything, what I'm really getting from this card, because I really felt it this week, I'm sure a lot of you have as well, is a strong desire for the feminine in the physical. Like a strong, you see the fire there? It's just a strong desire for the feminine. The masculines are really desiring this movement, you know, to communicate with their feminines, because there's a strong pull, that twin flame energy is just like fire. It's like there's a strong desire for them to communicate at this time, because they're really, really yearning for the feminine, right? And then they were clarified by the Ace of Discs, which is an offer, maybe a passionate offer, or maybe just communication. You see there's like a feminine in the background here too. And in this deck, it's called Formation. And then clarified by the 6 of Swords, which in the regular tarot is all about getting to calmer waters, right? But in this deck, it's called Ascension. Okay, so they're ascending. They're ascending not only their physical desires, but they're ascending through this twin flame energy, because I'm channeling from Spirit. This is what I'm getting here. And they're thinking about an offer. Situation is, if they haven't already reached out this week and displayed some interest, some desire towards your feminine, and if they haven't communicated already to you, they have a strong will to, right? And this is all part of their ascension, right? And they understand that this is a spiritual connection. So it also says formation and ascension. So these desires that they have for their feminine, the divine masculine, may be just part of the process of creating this new phase, this new transcendent phase for the twins, where the masculine is a much more ascended masculine, much more divine masculine, you know. And that's what I'm getting here. He's trying to transmute this desire into the formation of something solid in the physical, which is also that Ace of Discs, right? And this awakened state for the connection. Okay, and then next to that, and I'm going to take the middle cards as action, and I'm going to take the last pile as outcome, right? So here we have the Knight of Cups. Again, this is, you know, fast moving energy in this deck. It feels fast moving. He's holding up his cup. It's like, I'm here. I have this cup for you. And then you got the 7 of Swords and Resolve, which is the 10 of Wands. So what I'm really getting here is that he's coming to terms. He's having an inner crisis with his emotions, right? And spiritual, for that matter. Because again, remember, the situation was that this is about the formation of something solid in the twin flame ascension journey, right? And so what this is saying here is that he recognizes that he holds this cup for his feminine. And he wants to do something about it fast, you know, because that's why you got that devil energy there. He wants to move in passion, right? But he also is having this inner crisis about it, right? This mental crisis about it, because there's a need for this connection to go through this resolve in this death and rebirth, which is the Phoenix, right? The spiritual rebirth. And so it's like a mental crisis for him, because he has his emotions. He has this cup here held high for his feminine, but he understands that there needs to be a rebirth in the connection, you know, and that does cause some mental crisis for him, right? But the situation is that he needs to go through this, because again, this is all about turning that fiery twin flame energy into something solid in the physical, and for the planet and for the connection in itself and individually, right? And then in the outcome, the second pile here was 10 of Swords. So he's getting to the end, and look at the stag there, the 3 birds in the background, which is all about, for me, will, wisdom, and mind, right? He is feeling a little defeated in how he can express himself, right? To his feminine, Nine of Cups, right? Like, she is his wish fulfillment, right? And he wants to express that to her, right? He wants to express that, but he's getting to the end of this mental conflict about how to do that, right? Because again, this is the rising of the phoenix, death and rebirth. He's going through this mental crisis, right? That is reaching its end, okay? And then he's tapping into the emotional aspect of it, right? So that this connection can be rebirthed, okay? As within, so without, so that this love can be rebirthed in the physical, right? Again, for ascension, for ourselves, and for this connection. And then in the outcome, we got the Hermit. And I really do feel that they are going to be in this Hermit energy. And if you embody both energies like I do, then we're both, you feminine may also be in this Hermit, kind of lighting the way, using this time, again, situation was about ascension, to go within and really become wiser in this process, right? Really become wiser as to our feelings, as to our spiritual development, as to this connection, as to what we want from life. And the Hermit, again, a 9 card, just like the Allowance, is asking us to allow things to unfold and to go within and really understand things from a spiritual perspective. And here we got the 5 of Wands in reverse, which is hostility. And then we've got the Remorse card, which is the 9 of Swords. And then the 6 of Cups, which is joy. And it's, again, the need to allow, the need to be in this Hermit energy so that we can get past this hostility, this spiritual battle that we've been struggling with between the mind and the heart and the body and the spirit. Well, not so much the body, but mind, spirit, heart, right? It's been a struggle. But 10 of Wands means that we're getting out of it. It's in reverse. We're getting out of this mental, this spiritual struggle by going within and seeing the truth of things, right? Lighting the way. By getting out of this remorse, we're at the end of this remorse. We're at the end of this, right? The end of 9 of Swords, the end of 5. For a second I thought I said 10 of Wands, but it's a 5 of Wands. So it's just a battle, an internal battle of the mind. We need to forgive, because this is a connection that transcends life and ultimately brings us joy, right? And we just got to go back to basics with this. Back to basics. In the regular tarot, the 6 of Cups is that the children, reconciliation, right? And this is what this is doing. We're going within to get out of this hostile energy, to get out of this remorse energy, to forgive, to allow the divine to light the way, for us to find the way within. This is the masculine, right? And go back to joy, right? Go back to the beginning. Go back to the basics when this connection was pure. So that there can be some honest communication and movement forward, both spiritually and within this connection, right? And again, for that 9 of Cups energy, so that it can be expressed, so that there could be a rebirth in the connection. And this is what the masculine is going through for ascension, okay? For the formation of something solid in the physical, rising out of this strong desire that they have for their feminine. Whoa, lots of messages there. I hope you guys stayed with me. So masculine, that's where they're at. They're thinking about this. They're thinking about how to rebirth this. They're very, very drawn to the feminine at this time. And they're going within to process this so that this can be done in a way that will really propel the connection and the journey forward, right? So let's do one for the... Maybe do some different cards here for the feminine. We're going to use these for the feminine. I'll clarify with the tarot if I need to. But so feminines, what is our energy for this week, and how can we counteract? What's the advice here, Spirit, for us, and how we can move forward? Oh my goodness. On this journey, and allow the masculines to be the masculines, or allow everything to happen. It's so funny that I keep saying allow, because of course that's the general energy up there. but it's also, you know, the card, you know, it's just this feminine energy. It also came out here as the yin, the feminine energy, right? So bottom of the deck, 2 + 9 = 11. Just breathe. Feminine. Look at this feminine in meditation. Right now, like you saw for the masculine energy, that double, that fiery energy, this twin flame energy is on fire right now. And if you meditate and you are whole and balanced within, you're going to feel your masculine. You're going to feel him very strongly spiritually, because he's like right there. Like you can feel him right there. And and I'm getting chills as I say that. He's right there spiritually. You know, depending on where you're at in this journey, obviously that differs, right? But if you are balanced within, you're going to feel him when you go within, okay? And you're going to feel this connection very strongly, despite what it looks like on the outside, if you go within and just breathe and just be. And that's what I was saying at the beginning of this message. As a divine feminine who's pretty balanced, you know, it doesn't mean that I don't go through things that knock me off my feet like they have this week, you know? But there's a need to just breathe, right? Just breathe. Everything is happening. You need to allow, you need to surrender to the process, because you just need to be still right now. And I was just saying that with a friend of mine. There's a strong need for the feminine to just be still and be receptive and connect to the spiritual, okay? And then for the situation card, I'm going to get the book, because some of these messages I want to read from the book. You got come to the edge. And you see there's like a feminine here, and she's on this little, I don't know what this is, to be honest, but it's like hanging in the air, and there's like love petals, right, coming around here, and saying come to the edge, right? That's the situation. The situation is that you need to be in this playful, surrendered energy, trusting in love, and just throwing out that love to the universe. See how she's like throwing? She's sending out that love to the universe, right? She's allowing things to happen. She's not focused on her masculine or the union right now. She's focused on surrendering, and that's what she needs to be. She needs to allow. That's the situation. The action is yin. So again, surrender to non-action, like I said in the beginning of this reading, feminines. There's a need to go within, a need to connect to the higher, a need to breathe, a need to meditate, a need to connect to that feminine energy, okay? And then outcome, 4 + 7 is 11 card, because you need to go the distance, because you need to be this cougar, right? It's not cougar, leopard. You know, the finish line is right there. And you're just taking that leap of faith, right? This is what it is. You need to allow, and you need to just take that leap of faith, because the finish line is right there. And you've gone the distance, okay? And now it's just about surrendering. Now it's just about sending that love out to everything and everyone in your field, right? Including yourself. And go the distance, right? Go the distance in this connection. And so I'm really being called to pull from Melanie's Permission to Be Powerful cards here. So what advice do we have for the feminine this week, other than going within? Actually, you know what? I'm going to read this Coming to the Edge card first, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm being called to, and then I'll pull from that deck. But let's read more specifically what this Coming to the Edge card is about. So courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. Wow, feminines, how magical is that? That's exactly the energy that I've been channeling, right? It says facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration. Hold on. As you ready yourself for a leap of faith, Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, and not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. So a relationship message for this card is, it's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts of you that you've kept hidden and protected. Now is the time to take that risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It's important that you speak up, voice what you need, state who you are, say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take a leap of faith. You'll be glad you did. If you're seeking a relationship, the same applies. Take one step toward the gods, and they will deliver what you truly desire. Right. So yeah, what I'm really getting, again, it's the situation is that this is a leap of faith. We don't know what's going to happen, right? But we need to trust, we need to allow, because as you saw with the masculine energies, things are happening for them. okay? Things are happening for them in a really real way. And we need to be as clear and balanced within as possible, because we also embody masculine energy. And so things are happening for us in a real way too, okay? But our feminine side is calling us to go within, to trust, okay? To not be fearful, to let go of fear, because that's coming up a lot with these full moon energies, right? That we just went through. So this is the feminine print. This is the action card, and it says the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. Again, allowance. This is the feminine energy. The action is inaction, non-action, allowing things to occur, right? Your action is taking a leap of faith, not knowing what's going to happen next, and allowing things to happen, right? So it says, this is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you. Yes! Ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shapes, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. Right. So again, it's the same concept of letting spirit take the lead right now and allowing things to occur, but also to take a leap of faith into the unknown without forcing anything, right? You're creating that kind of resistance towards what you want. And then 47 is go the distance, endurance, strength, the long haul, right? Because this is a journey that we were at. To bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunity, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. A lot of miracle energy here, guys. You want the miracles, you gotta allow it to come. You either are in or calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself and are remade in new growth. You are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will be a wrong note played, that there will never be a wrong note played, but that relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. Look at that in the action cards, unity, right? A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? Wow, guys, such powerful, powerful, powerful messages here for the feminine. And that's why I'm going to pull from this Permission to Be Powerful deck, just to empower the feminine a little bit more as they take this leap of faith into the unknown and they go the distance, right, for what they want. Too many cards for it. Give me like 3 cards. So what power empowerment cards can the feminine really use? Wow. Wow, guys. Oh my goodness. Duality and integrate wholeness. And look at that yin and yang, right? That's what the twin flame energy is in the spiritual. This is how I see it anyways. You know, it's the integration. As you see all these little puzzle pieces here, you're integrating wholeness, right? And you need to allow that to occur, right? And be receptive to that. Be open and allow miracles, because they're coming in. You've gone the distance. You are attracting. Wow, 333 on the clock. You know, this is Christ consciousness. This is unconditional love. This is what you're being taught through this journey. Patience and optimism. Your ship's coming in. Perseverance and resilience, which is so similar to this card here, right? This is resilience. Go the distance. Wow, amazing, guys. So again, duality, we're dissolving duality, we're integrating wholeness, we're being patient and optimistic, allowing our ships to come in, because we can see them in the distance. They're right there. We're just allowing them to get here, right? And in the process, we're persevering and being resilient. How beautiful is that? Yeah, and on the bottom of the deck, forgiveness and peace. Yeah, you know, that's the whole Ho'oponopono. Melanie made this card based on that Ho'oponopono ritual or incantation, right? Where forgive where there needs to be forgiveness, and bring peace within, and as within, so without, right? So beautiful messages here for the feminine. I really, really love it. I'm gonna pull some union energies here. Even though I feel like all these cards are really pointing to, you know, inner union, and as within, so without, right? Where's this deck that I just used? I don't know. We're going to put it here. Oh, here it is. Okay, so let's pull, I'm going to pull a couple cards. I'm going to pull some Romance Angels cards for the union energy. I'm going to pull some surrender cards, maybe a fairy card, messages from spirit, etc. Pull a few from each deck. So union energies for the twins in this next week. Romance Angels, what do you, whoa. Okay. Okay. This one too? Oh, wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, trust. The situation is calling for you to trust. Okay? There's a lot of cards here. Again, the twin flame energy is very, very strong. Okay? You attract romantic love by living in the moment. That coming to the edge card, feminine. I feel like this is for you. But this is also as it relates to masculine as well. Attract romantic love by enjoying the moment, right? And here we got the release your ex and free yourself. So this is going to only speak to a specific group, but more than release your ex, what I'm getting here is the time has come to clear your energy. It's very, 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 very important right now to clear your energies, okay? To clear yourself individually and your counterpart, you know, in the spiritual and the 5D. Clear your energies, free yourself from anything holding you back, right? Any unforgiveness, anything holding you. Because this is, you know, unconditional love is about freedom, not about controlling, right? And so that's what I'm getting from these cards, okay? And then you got religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And that just to me is like the twin flame journey, right? Like your twin flame journey is spiritual path. And, you know, what's the union energy? Well, the union energy is that we're clearing some energies. We're freeing ourselves from things that no longer serve us. Because ultimately, and there's no twin flame card in this deck, this is your soulmate, this is your counterpart, right? And there's an understanding in the union energy that in both the masculine and the feminine that this is your person, right? And you attract romantic love by enjoying the moment and being present. That's what this allowance is calling us to do, is to be present, okay? To understand what this is, to understand that this is a spiritual connection, to understand that we need to treat it energetically free ourselves from lower level energies, and trust that this journey is about ascension, is calling for us to have faith, but it's guided by the angels, right? And the romance angels are calling us to trust and allow at this time. So just for some help here, let's pull surrender cards for the twins. If we get surrender to spirit, I'm gonna laugh, or surrender to miracles or any of that, because I feel like that's really the energy that we're in. Oh wow, definitely. Oh, wow. Perfect. Yes. Again, surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power, that others come to you. Again, allowance, okay? Very common theme in this reading is surrender to non-action, especially for the feminines, to be honest with you. And you see like this unicorn thing that she has here, very much unicorn energy. And so I'm really getting that some of this, I'm getting that the left side naturally is for the feminine and the right side is for the masculine, okay? This is the union energies, but this is what I'm getting for spirit. So feminine, surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body, focus on the power of your heart, and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. And then surrender to attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen and then let go of results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So feminines, this is for you, okay? And then masculines, of course, we embody both, so take it as it resonates. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. I'm really, with the devil card in their situation, this is really about surrendering their ego for them. And surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to drama. Staying centered will help the issue resolve more quickly. And I feel like that's what they're really thinking about, like how to come at this from a place of love and not ego, and surrendering the drama attached to, you know, this connection, right? Or, you know, things from the past that have caused drama. So what messages are we going to be getting this week, Spirit, that, you know, these messages, and I would encourage you guys, if you hear it now, to come back in a couple days, because I always do. and see if you're seeing any of these messages. This might remind you may have seen these messages, and it's just going to be an indication. We are talking about your connection here. I am channeling your connection, and that you're really moving towards what we're talking about here, which is sacred union. Oh, wow. Some messages from Spirit here. Yeah. I'm going to just pull one angel card, and I'm going to close out with this here. It's already 40 minutes in. Alright, so bottom of the deck, some of us may be going through a career transition. Archangel Chamuel. There's also the Archangel associated with divine love, with counterparts, with unconditional love, with relationships. You may want to call on him for that, or regarding your career transition, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change, okay? So here from the angels, we got brilliant idea. Archangel Uriel, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. And then comfort, Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. Okay? So again, refocus on yourself. Feminines, masculines, focus on your healing. Feminines as well. Whatever ideas you're getting, listen to them and be comforted by the fact that the angels are 2 steps behind you and 2 steps ahead of you, right? So for the theme here, oh wow. Protection and indestructible. This is an indestructible bond, right? Just understand that it's past life, it's genetic, it's in our DNA, right? And it's part of the journey, right? This is the journey, and we're protected. Understand that this journey is protected and that it is indestructible, okay? And you may be getting signs from Spirit in shapes in the sky. It's reminders that your angels are near, that Spirit is near. You're reaching a cycle here, a completion of a phase. Some Kundalini. Again, the twin flame energy is very, very strong at this time. You may be having some Kundalini activations up your spine, which is what I'm getting from this card. That feeling that those chills up your spine can be an indication that, your masculine is awakening, you're completing this cycle, and that the angels are close. Okay? So guys, I hope that these messages resonated. I hope that you stuck around to the end. And just know that everything is happening according to divine alchemy, to divine plan. You know what? I'm gonna close out with Keepers of the Light. Which Keepers of the Light are with us this week, and what do they have to say about twin flame journey at this time? Perfect. Perfect. So we got Lord Shiva, Transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner voice. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Yes, within the connection, we are transcending, guys. We are reaching union within, union without. Things are happening. The masculines are awakening. They're coming to terms and recognition with what this is, on a soul level, on an awakening level. This is a divine masculine, Lord Shiva. Again, look at the snake there. There's a lot of Kundalini activations, a lot of spiritual activations here, guys. Feminines surrender. Masculines move into a solid place, coming from the heart, coming from your knowing. And, I'm just wishing the twins so much love and light this week. I'm getting a lot of good energy. I really feel like we're really shifting. And even if you, like me, have gone through some shifts, some unexpected things, just understand that everything is guided, right? Understand that there's a greater purpose to this journey. It's an inner union, first and foremost. It's teaching us feminines to embody the divine feminine and allowing things to occur, allowing the divine to take action here for us, trusting, and just bringing in, and taking every situation that goes on in our life from a place of non-judgment, of no fear, of no resistance, just allowing things to occur, right? So guys, wishing you so much love this week. Take care.